is Ngannou versus Miocic, part 2.
Yeah.
So, first of all, backstory. Let me explain to you guys real quick. Ngannou versus Miocic has happened before, where Ngannou came into the UFC, knocking everybody out. When he got to the title to fight Miocic, Miocic dragged him to the deep waters. He wrestled him, and we saw a tired Ngannou. I don't think I've ever seen a fight that a fighter was that tired and was not finished. Ngannou was just standing like a zombie coming forward, and Miocic was just working on him, taking him down, keeping him there. There was this thing he used to do. He would just put him on the fence and then just lean on top of him, and Ngannou would just stay there. He couldn't do anything. His mouth was open. He was gassed up. He was embarrassed when it came to the grappling because we never saw that. Fun fact: Ngannou's first first MMA win was from a submission. Anyways, so
do you want to say that was as a result of being inexperienced?
Yeah, well,
Stipe at that time was.
Yeah, well, it was the inexperience when it comes to grappling, and Stipe being a tough guy, being an all-round, probably the greatest heavyweight ever in the UFC. So, yeah, Ngannou was embarrassed. But guess what? He dusted himself up, got a couple of wins, and came back to the title picture. After Miocic won, he fought Derek Lewis, which was one of the worst, if not the worst fight ever in the UFC.
They say the boring fight. Most people have found that the most boring fight in the UFC.
Yeah. Then after that, it's been first round knockout. Curtis Blades Part 2. I was in China, but I didn't get to see it that time in Beijing. Curtis Blades versus Ngannou. Knocked him out. TKO. It was quite controversial at the time. He did that to Junior Dos Santos.
Yeah.
Cain Velasquez. Yeah. He bruised Cain Velasquez and he went poof.
He also demolished the up and coming Rosenstrike.
Yeah, Rosenstrike came in after a devastating knockout to Overeem. Took him out. And yeah, he demanded a title fight against Miocic and decided to stay out until he got his title shot, which he just got recently. So yeah. Now, would you say, my question to you, Farouk, is this: would you say that would you say that Ngannou has changed from the fighter that he was when he fought Miocic in the first time?
Yeah. I think the first time Francis Ngannou came in as one of the most exciting boxers out there then, and he was knocking out people like you just mentioned, and people who didn't know why wanted the belt off Stipe at that time. So he saw Ngannou, the bigger guy, to come knock this guy out and take the belt off Stipe. Ngannou wasn't that arrogant, but I think inside of him, he was a bit arrogant. He felt, I'll just come and knock this guy and take the belt, which over time we've seen Ngannou is a bit of a changed person. I'll just rush down to this present camp. He has brought a lot of people into this camp. The Carlos Takam of this world, heavyweight boxer, is in his camp. Kamaru Usman is also in his camp, like going to corner him in this fight. So he's taking every aspect of this fight serious. He's been more focused. I'm not going to let this go. Like, I need to bring this my time. I need this. So I can see a more serious Ngannou who knows the value attached to that belt.
Okay, so
what it means to Africa.
So I understand. I understand from a mental point of view. That's what you're talking about. But when it comes to like the grappling and the wrestling,
I think he's
from that department. Do you think? And also his cardio, which played a huge part in the first fight. So would you say he has improved in the cardio and the grappling and all the wrestling thing?
Yeah, I think so. Although we can't really tell because his last 4 fights ended in less than a round. All 4 fights combined. So we can't really say, but I think he has been improving on that behind the scene here. He must be working on that.
You can also argue that. What do you call it? Ring rust.
Ring rust.
You can also argue that he had the ring rust because
ring rust,
technically
but
he has not.
That ring rust thing is not a myth. It's a myth, I think, in a way.
I don't really believe in that. Technically, in the last 2 years, he only fought for one round maybe. So you would say he has ring rust because we haven't seen him out there. So we still cannot tell about his cardio, you know.
But same with Stipe as well. Stipe fought once in 2 years.
Yeah.
So I think Stipe may come in more being affected by ring rust.
Yo, here's another thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I watched the first fight, and I saw how durable Stipe was because Ngannou caught him a couple of times. You understand? And Ngannou's power is no joke. And Stipe stood up and tried to take him down and took him down a couple of times. But right now, when Stipe lost his title to DC, the strikes that DC landed were not even as strong as the ones that Ngannou landed. You could see he snapped his head back when he landed.
Yeah.
So do you think that due to the damage in fighting and age not being in the side of Miocic, do you think that Miocic is less durable? Do you think he would go down after just one strike by Ngannou?
No, I think he's going to be able to take a couple of strikes of punches, but I don't think he's going to be as he was during the first fight with Ngannou. Even in the second fight with DC, he was wary of those strikes because that feeling, that memories will stick with you forever. So he knew if DC caught me clean, I may go down. So he was a bit shifting, using his hand, his finger to measure the distance from DC. He doesn't want to go close. And I think that's the key to victory for Ngannou. Stipe is already scared of a power punch, which is Ngannou's biggest power. How would I put it? Ngannou's strength, asset. So now I think, and Stipe is 38 years old, like you said, the age is on his side. It's not going to be as effective as powerful as he used to be. The chin is also weighing off and all that. So I don't think he'll be able to take those strikes like in the first fight and still be there. Couple of strikes, Stipe will be going for the takedowns. That's what I see will happen.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So
and for Ngannou, sorry, let me just answer the question properly because I just feel I've not answered the question properly. I think Ngannou has improved in his striking. He's more efficient. I think he's going to be more efficient. Even though against the Rosenstrike fight, you can see he just went in there swinging. But prior to that fight, you can see Ngannou is a more patient striker. He tried to go for the effective landing strikes. So I believe he's going to cut. If he gets Stipe with one of those power punch, Stipe is going down. That's what I feel. It's going to be like a knockout TKO, one of these two. It's not going to go to decision.
All right. Well, so yeah, here's another question. Yeah. So how do you see this fight going? Do you see going the distance, or do you see, because technically the most logical thing for you to think is if the fight ends with a TKO or a KO, Ngannou wins. If the fight goes to decision, then Miocic wins. So how do you see this fight going?
Yeah, I see it going Ngannou's way. I see it ending in the second or third round. Like we said, Stipe is durable, so I don't think Ngannou is going to come in the first round and knock out Stipe. No, Stipe is going to be there for the first, second, and even up to the third round. Ngannou may close the show earlier than that. So, but I think second or third round by knockout Ngannou. Yeah.
All right.
And like you said, I think the way to victory for Stipe is only going to be submission or by point.
Man, submission.
But I don't see Stipe knocking out Ngannou, but I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening.
All right. Well, it's a crazy sport in the MMA. Things happen, man.
Things happen. Things happen. Sure.
Well,
so what's your take now? I'm switching the question back to you. So
round one TKO, Ngannou wins, man.
Sure.
Round one KO, Ngannou wins. I feel like
more brutal, man.
I feel like, listen, that was Ngannou's game plan in the first fight. It just didn't work. He was successful in catching Stipe with some strikes, but Stipe weathered the storm, you understand, with takedowns and overwhelming Ngannou. So I feel we've never seen Ngannou with another style. You understand? So I feel like he's going to do the same thing, but this time he's going to catch Stipe.
I think he's going to be more patient, and I think he's going to have a good takedown defense. I think he may not be very good on the ground, but
a patient
defense will be good.
A patient Ngannou is a boring Ngannou, if you understand, because a patient Ngannou, we've seen him with Derek Lewis. He was being patient. He was afraid of
But
the
do you know he's going to? I get your point. He's going to. What you're saying may be the actual game plan. I'm just going to go in there and knock this guy out.
And I
But
feel
if he fails to knock Stipe out in the first and second round, like you said, cardio and ring rust and not being active, Ngannou the first fight may repeat itself.
Yeah.
Because once his gas tank is down or low, that's the end. Stipe will know how to win the fight.
And I think for Stipe, his game plan only is to survive. His game plan is to survive till like the third or fourth round.
Okay.
To the championship rounds before he starts to, I feel like, use power. I feel he's going to try to.
Why do you think he's taking that approach? Is it to?
It's because he's going to use his cardio. He's going to think that okay, I have better cardio, which he does. He has won so many 5-round matches. So I feel like he's going to try to use his cardio to defeat Ngannou's cardio. But then that's not an easy job to do, you know, to survive 2 rounds of Ngannou throwing offense at you. But yeah, hopefully we'll see Ngannou being more calculated with the use of energy. So he could, in case the fight goes whole 5 rounds, he could survive. So yeah, so super excited for that. Can't wait for that. I hope we have spoken about everything on the Ngannou Miocic.
Yeah, I think so. I think everything. Yeah. Ngannou, I think second, third round knockout. You say first round. So today we're on the same side. We're supporting an African man, and we wish him all the best. We can't wait for UFC260.
As I said, we, the African fighters, Jibril, Farouk, we are very biased when it comes to African fighters. Very biased.
For our own.
We are
not 100% biased, but rooting for our fighters.
We are 100% biased. Okay, and
100%.
We are casuals. In case you feel like you want to say we are casual, we hear you.
Yeah, we can say so. We
are casuals, just as you.
Passionate about the sports.
Just as you, casual. So yeah. Oh, one last thing. So
okay.
What do you think a win for Ngannou, or should I say a win for Cameroon, would be for that nation, or for a young combat kid training in the gyms and stuff? What impact would you say Ngannou being a heavyweight champion in the UFC would do to those kids back home?
A lot. It's going to be something special, something magnificent for the whole of Africa, especially Cameroon. I know you know it has a foundation in Cameroon. It has a boxing gym where we have young children going there to train, to learn mixed martial arts. So it's going to say a lot. Going back to Cameroon with the belt, showing the guys, the children from nowhere, children of nobody, that you can make it in life. All you just need to do is to strive and work hard. So I think it's going to give all the African countries that exposure. We know Nigerians have done that. Usman and Israel this time have done that already. But with Ngannou now coming with the belt, the next thing the pressure will be on our boy, the Ghanaian. I can't get his name now, to get the belt.
Razak.
I have to be calling for him. Yeah, Razak. To get the belt. Isaac, right?
Yeah, Razak.
To get the belt. So all African countries will be looking for their own to represent in either the UFC or any other MMA organization. Yeah, I think I saw someone, a popular friend of ours, Nizi, training his nephew on Instagram.
Yeah.
So like seeing these things gives me joy. Like people are now seeing the beauty of mixed martial arts. So I think it's a big future for Africa, a big future for the young ones coming. Yeah.
Cheers to Nizi, by the way. He's called Nizi MMA. What's
Nizi MMA? Nizi MMA, yeah.
Yeah, Nizi MMA, and
he's also a mixed martial artist, right?
Yeah. So
also a big follower of our platform. Thank you.
Yeah. Shout out to Nizi, man. We see you, bro. Anyway, so
come on, Africans.